T Challenge GTC3 division from Sardinia B Road Track. I'm with my buddy PX7 Rodrigo. How you doing today, bud?
Hello everyone, it's my pleasure to be here like always. Yes, as Catch mentioned, we are racing here at Sardinia Road Track B. It's a track in Italy. It's the second time we've been in Italy like for the season. First it was for the test event, but now we're in it racing on the actual season for points. It's a 3.8 kilometers track or 2.4 miles, and it's got 13 corners. Fairly short lap time, so we're gonna be doing quite a bit amount of laps. 43 to be more precise. So yeah, we're in for a fun race, so we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, we will. We're back in my my neck of the woods, Italia, right? So a few things to mention here. A couple people are back that were not in round one. We have Death Scythe from BDRT, so BDRT Death Scythe is here. RWB Joey Cannoli is here. Unfortunately, he got stuck on the grid last week and could not actually compete. But other than that, everybody is here, and we had a pretty full grid. So we're going to get going here. We do not have RR305 racing, and next week you will see a switch up in the league with him being a reserve driver now, and Magic Man from Rockefeller will be taking his place in the vet. So that will give us 3 Corvettes before round 4 opens, before there's actually a car change token that can take place. But without further ado, let's get underway, and we're going to get started right now. Chio on the pole, Death Scythe, and Ali GP.
Yep, round 1 race winner on pole, back in full form. Here come the lights. The engines are revving, we're underway. And what a start from RWB Francisco. He's going right around the outside. J-Rod, I think it is, on the Corvette, getting involved. Sam Samular sweeps, he brakes really late and goes around the outside of the 2 TPRT cars. So these guys, the TPRT guys, started 1 and 3. Death Side started in 2nd. They are just about in the top 5 now, so they've had a shocker. So
and Francisco got around J-Rod there, but J-Rod is looking to make a move. That vet has tremendous launch off the line, and J-Rod is going to pull it off.
Looks like he's down, and yep, good move. And J-Rod leads with quite a bit of a gap at the moment.
Yeah, J-Rod is on the softs. So is Amular. So Amular got ahead of Francisco. Francisco on the mediums. Death Scythe on the softs right behind him in the FT1. Nice looking livery there. You see how wide they run. You got both TPRT drivers right in behind them. From Chio to Ali. Cupcake trailing.
Yep, and here goes Death Scythe, sorry, just to cut in there, taking advantage of his soft tires, brakes really late into turn 1, takes Francisco and Chio, TPRT Chio, takes full advantage of that. Very cheeky, follows Death Scythe through, and both drivers are ahead of Francisco on the mediums, so yeah, he's gonna be struggling right now.
Francisco is struggling at the moment on the mediums. You can see that Audi getting a little loose.
Yep, indeed, but yeah, right now the 3 soft runners on the top 5 are in the front, so taking full advantage of those tires as they should.
Francisco's getting run down by Ali right now.
Yep, he's going defensive and into the braking. Oh, he's locked the rear brakes. He spun the rear. He spun the rear and he's fully spun. And he's collected a few cars. Sadly, man, nothing he could do there.
Nothing
he could do there. He was just spun around on the racing line, just a mistake, but the other 3 cars.
Major damage. It goes around again.
Yep, he's going around again, and of course he's got damage, so yep, he's trying to rejoin with.
He waited. That was a good move to wait, but wow, that was a tough. He's just getting going again. As we go back to the front, wow, J-Rod has just opened up about a 2.5 second lead on Amular. Amular getting sideways.
They touch. Yeah. Death Scythe Emiller ran a bit wide. Oh, they touch again, but yeah, Emiller ran a bit wide through turn 1, and Deathside gave him a bit of a touch, got him loose, and the two TPRT guys working in full harmony, taking full advantage of all this.
Yes,
and
they did.
They're back into the podium.
They went right. They took advantage of that right away. Let's get an update here. So you got Deathsafe. He's got to get back around because the TPRT guys. Here he goes. He's going for a move now.
Yep,
he's going to get around Emiller. Yes, he does.
He lives in room. Good move, yeah.
Cupcake looking to do the same thing.
Cupcake, yeah. He's solo over Emiller, and no, he cannot really get the move done there.
Emiller closes it.
Yep, but right now Deathside looking fast. He should be able to jump these two TPRT super side of him because he's on the soft tires. So these two guys are on the mediums and they are doing really well. Considering
we're on board with Deathside right now. We're on board with Deathside right now, and they're on the mediums. Just look how fast those supers are.
Yeah, on the straights, these two cars are really fast and. Yeah, looks like they are not attacking each other, they are working together. That's good teamwork, that's good to see. They are working really well together so far this season. Chio 1-on-1, so yeah. Ooh, Deathside.
That was close, but he pulled it up. He did pull it up nicely, though.
So yeah, he's looking quick on the softs, but he cannot afford to get held up behind these two guys.
Cupcake can't really afford to get held up too much longer, although Emiller is on the sauce himself, so Emiller did kind of rebound after Deathsafe wound up getting the overtake there. And J-Rod, while all this is happening, J-Rod is actually building up a very comfortable lead at the moment.
Yeah, he's checked out at the moment. He doesn't know anything about all the trouble that's going on behind him, so yep.
Let's get a rest of the field. The front guys are on softs except for the two TPRT drivers, 1 through 6. And Mdez is on medium, so he's following suit with his teammate. But then we have One Wing from Rockefeller. He started on the racing hard, so not a bad start for him. He got a little fortunate with that wreck from Francisco, so that's something to keep an eye on. Going for the hards. Cannoli from RW behind him on the mediums. And then we have the best of the rest at the moment, unfortunately. Big Red, Seawinkle, Anubis, Early Mac, and then Francisco is recovering there.
Yeah, I think all these guys were involved at the lap 2 wreck, and nothing anybody could do there. But yeah, they are still in the race, still looking good. It's still a long race. A lot of things can happen, so you just gotta get out there and keep going.
Yep, you just gotta calm yourself down and keep going. Now we're looking at J-Rod. Now this turn right here, he's coming up here. It's a very tricky sector. As you look on board here, you see the elevation change, and you gotta get this just right, especially on the lesser compounds. Gotta let off a little bit through this section right here.
Yeah, K-Cup trying to go around the outside of Emiller is gonna be really hard on this corner. Still side by side, they make a bit of contact, and Emiller has gone off the track. He's gone into the grass, trying to hold on to that position. Out of the track he goes, and K-Cup had to fight for it, but good pass right there.
Yeah, you know what? That was a good pass. It was a little contact here and there, but he made it work, and Emiller's not out of it yet. He's just got to keep himself composed and stay in it here. Again,
yeah, so something interesting at the moment, sorry to cut you off again, but right now both TPRT guys are going quicker than J-Rod, and these two guys are on the medium, so they are not losing any time at the moment, and later on they are gonna use the soft, so this is really going well for them at the moment. Just lap 6, but shaping up to be a good race for them.
Yeah, let's take a ride on board with Ali and see just how he follows his teammate and what kind of work they're doing together here.
Yep, heading into this really banked corner. Oh, he's run a bit wide, but no problem. He holds onto the spot. But yeah, they're riding well together on the track, and
you can see
off the track again.
Deathside
goes down the inside, block pass, good move.
What a
Very good
move by
move.
Death Scythe. What a move.
We have
And they're
free
going
race,
into the
but
pits.
yeah,
Let's see what they
both
do.
GTC drivers doing the same strategy. Let's see.
Well,
I
MDez
suspect
followed
they're
them in.
gonna.
MDez
Yeah,
does follow
MD.
them in.
Yep. So all those guys on the same strategy. I suppose they're gonna put on the same tires, and they put on a new set of hard tires. Yes, hard tires, except for MDays. MDays put on. No, MDays also put on the hards. My bad. So,
And that was very fortunate for Ali that he actually just got out ahead of RWB Cannoli there, because he would have been out of sync with his teammate. So they actually do get that worked out. And MDez in the Porsche, pretty strong car here as well. Might not have the top end, but it does handle these tight sectors really nice. So MDez following suit. Now one wing went into the pits. He's on the medium. So you have two TPRT drivers, actually three, my mistake, all running the mandatory compounds right off the bat. The hards and the mediums. And one wing went the opposite way. He's on the hards first and now on the mediums. We got Anubis, who started on the softs, and he was tied up in that incident, so he's just got to actually really try and make the best out of what he has left here. J-Rod in the pits.
Apart from J-Rod pitting right now, maybe flying a bit under the radar because he's in last. But Francisco has got rid of his medium tires, put on a new set of softs, and currently he's setting purple time. So we'll see what he can do about that.
Yeah, and he is. He's back. He's on softs now. So after that incident, Francisco, he is a very quick driver and was fighting last week he was in the lead most of the race. So a bit unfortunate there for him, but you can't count him out. I would say that he would be destined to make up some positions for sure. Now the lead has
across the line, and he's got the first 19 second, 1 minute 19 of the race, so he's put on the fastest lap of the race.
And we go back up to the top now. We have Death Scythe in the lead right now as J-Rod pit, and actually Cupcake did a really nice job of making up ground. And the two actually it's 1, 2, 3 BDRT. So you would think that these two BDRT drivers will come in now. And
they're yet to pit.
And here they come.
Yeah, they both come in, but J-Rod takes back what's his, the lead. And he's now using the mediums, and he's gotta watch out because he's gotta finish this stint. I think it's gonna be up to lap 12 or so. But
and Chio just got them.
Yeah.
Oh, is gonna.
Chio.
Oh, Ali gets him. Does he?
No, he got wide. Oh, nice move. He gets him on the switchback and K-Cup. A little bit of contact. No, he gets him on the inside. Nice job by the BDRT team to hold Ali off.
Yeah, that's really big because now BDRT stays together and TPRT is split. Now remember, TPRT is on the hard, so they have to finish one more lap, actually a lap and a half, you'd say. So Death Scythe and Cupcake actually able to split the TPRT drivers. That's a pretty good move from BDRT, and that just released J-Rod on the medium. So J-Rod is hoping for them to fight as much as they can, but keep in mind all BDRT actually still has to run the hard, so it really looks like really good right now for TPRT.
Yeah, but what BDRT can do about that against TPRT? Right now, Death Scythe taking the advantage of those mediums. He's catching Chio, so Chio is at the moment on the hard. So I suspect he's gonna try and put on a move really soon and make him lose a bit of time, because later Chio is just gonna be able to put on the hard on the softs and take full advantage of that.
Yeah, that's a deal. Death Scythe getting a little loose out of there, but that's okay. He hangs on to it. Let's go through the grid while this happens here. So again, Ali in 5th on the hards. One wing on the mediums. He'll be looking to come in probably this lap, and he'll be done and dusted with tires. Amular went soft to soft and actually lost position, so maybe he ran his softs a little too long. You have MDez again on the hard, so Rockefeller and
Right.
Amuler got around them.
Death side is going for it. He's really close. Touches Chio a bit, so he backs up from the move. So that's good. That's good sportsmanship.
These supers, I'll tell you, I mean, these TPRT drivers are, you know, really, really skilled drivers, and you got to give them credit where credit is due. But these supers, we've seen it in both divisions, GTC1 and GTC2, just the type of power and top end that these supers have. I mean, here we go with Deathsight. Can he get a move on him? It's going to be hard to overtake the top end of that.
Yeah, he looks like he doesn't have it unless he cannot break him around the outside. He's going for it, but he's gonna run out of space. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to do it. So Chio doing a hell of a job right now on his stint on the hards. He's holding off a car on mediums. So if like Deathside cannot get by him on the mediums, there's no way he's gonna be able to even follow him on the same tire compound. So this is really good from Chio.
Yeah, this is going to pay dividends for Chio, that's for sure. And if we take a look at Ali is right there. If Ali just stays in the draft of the 2B drivers...
Yep. Here he comes again into the hairpin. And job done. What a move.
Yes,
and, here comes K-Cup, run the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but he's brave. He's going to tough it out.
Oh, he's not going to give up here.
Good move for the banked corner, yeah.
That's exactly what BDRT needed. The only problem is it might have come a little bit too late, but they indeed did get the job done, which is ultimately what they need. And there goes TPRT into the pits.
Yep, they are coming in, getting rid of those hards, and now they can run these soft tires all the way. So this is really good for them. So they're probably looking to undercut J-Road at the moment.
MDez is in as well. Look at that. They're coming out right on top of each other. And they did not... Oh, they did. They lost the position to Amuler. I thought they were not going to lose a position.
Yeah, Amuler is currently in the softs. He is a pit stop down at the moment, but nothing says that he has to get out of the way. He's racing for position, so this guy is probably going to be really desperate to try and get by Amuler at the moment.
Yes,
so
they're gonna definitely have to try and do that as soon as they can. But this is a track, as you know, Rodrigo, coming through this sector here it's a nice run when you catch it right when you get out of here, and they're already on Amuler's rear bumper already. But you don't want to get this sector wrong coming up this right-handing uphill. And TPRT being very respectful on new softs. They know that they can't do anything crazy here. Against a mid-engine car here, they know he's probably on a little bit worn softs as he gets a little sideways there. That elevation change through that corner.
Ali just about misses his teammate, but yeah. They just need to be patient. There's a long straight coming. They can use the power of their cars, and maybe they can get the job done. So let's see.
See just how wide they run. What an exit.
Great exit.
What an exit there.
He's clear. Totally clear. Good job, guys.
And
Ali, he's gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done.
Yes, he will.
Side by side into turn one, and no, he's clear. He's totally clear. There's nothing for Amuler to do anything about it.
That was that all happened on that exit. Amuler has had a little trouble today. He did get forced a little bit out earlier, but he's had a little trouble today to get that corner right in this NSX, and that's essential to getting a great run down the home straight. One wing making up some room. He's now on the softs here, so one wing is making up some room here. This guy was a podium finisher last race in the 911. It was suited for Brands Hatch, but don't count him out. He's got both compounds done and dusted already, so he is looking pretty good. He's probably about maybe 5 seconds off Amuler here, give or take. So
yeah. One wing has, I think, done... No, he's not done the same strategy as the TPRT guys. He's turning on the hards rather than on the mediums, but kind of flying under the radar right now. Pretty discreet race for him at the moment, but his strategy, I think it's gonna pay off at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, he's looking pretty good. As we have the BDRT drivers in the pits, J gets out. What did J-Rod take? Now J-Rod's on the hards. And TPRT, both of them overtake the BDRT drivers, and Amuler coming up in the distance here. So
Yeah.
BDRT is on softs, but so are the TPRT drivers. So it's nice to see same strategies working for both teams, though.
Yeah, but BDRT right now, they gotta go out there and try and catch the TPRT guys because their teammate J-Rod at the moment is in the hard and he's really, really vulnerable, and I suspect the softs are like 2 seconds faster per lap than the hards. So
yeah,
he's really, really vulnerable.
At minimum, and you can see that Chio is already into the low 119s, and Ali right behind them is set the fastest lap of the race at the 119.1 as soon as they had the softs on 1 lap in.
Yeah, the difference in corner speed, right now, it's not, you don't need to see the speed, that telemetry is just visual at the moment, and he's gonna need a good exit for the final corner, and it's gonna be a fairly easy move, I think.
Yes, and J-Rod is not going to give up easy. That Corvette does have some power, but there goes the bump draft.
And look, Ali gives him a bump draft, so they're both getting by using the split from his teammate, another bump draft, and J-Rod tries his best, but leaves room. Good job.
That is a great job. That's 2 solid overtakes by both TPRT drivers in the same position.
He's gonna have to get out of the way. He's gonna get out of the way for his teammates or one of them. K-Cap has dropped off a little bit, but good move from or good teamwork from BDRT at the moment.
Yes, and you would figure J-Rod, it would only be a matter of time before J-Rod does get out of the way for Cupcake, but you figure if he can't do it here, he might do it on the straight. I bet you he would let him by really soon here. He should let him by, right? It looks like he's going to do it right now, actually. And he does indeed.
Yeah, let him take the racing line, and So
good smart move by J-Rod. That's a really smart move.
Now the thing is that these BDRT guys need to go out there for the TPRT guys and try and overtake them and make them lose time, because I don't know if there's much they can do at the moment, because they still gotta use the hard tires, both of these guys, so I think it's just a losing battle at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is amazing that the Supers have a really hard start, and in this race particular, ooh, Ali getting...
Oh,
Ali.
he's gonna make a move.
Ooh.
Yeah, no team orders out here. That was a late launch, he was pretty far back, but no team orders around here, not playing around, but they've cost themselves time. This side tries to move things better of it, but yeah, this is not the moment to battle like that, because you've got a car right behind you, and you gotta try and think about working together. You know, halfway.
Sorry to interrupt you. You know what I think that might have been? It could call you out a little bit. Is the draft might have been so strong that Ali had a hard time pulling the car up. I saw a little bit of brake smoke come up and lock him up a little bit. And I think that Ali just got caught up in the draft there and braked a little bit too late and almost caused the severe incident. That would have definitely been what BDRT would have taken an early Christmas gift if that had happened. But getting back to what you were saying, Rodrigo, it does look like it's going to be an uphill battle for BDRT here because, Death Sight's running really wide, but they're starting to put a gap on Cupcake now. But BDRT has yet to use the hard tires when both TPRT drivers have. So again, let's go through the field. There's Cupcake, his fresh tires and softs. J-Rod getting the hards out of the way, so he might even have an advantage over his other 2 teammates as well. One Wing is closing the door now in 6th place. He started on 10th or 11th on the grid, so he's already closing some gap in there as well. And his tires are done, so J-Rod has to look out for him, and so does the BDRT drivers as well. Then Mdez, who did the same thing on the same strategy, he's going through a little bit more tire wear than his other TPRT teammates, but gotta watch out for this gentleman too. You can't count Mdez out on the same strategy as his teammates. Amuler now, again, very interesting on Amuler's part. He runs the softs again, so Amuler has yet to take any of the required compounds, the mandatory mediums or the hards. Cannoli, I believe, started on the medium, so he is good to go, holding down a solid 9th place right now in the top 10, and that's a really beautiful blue. Really like that blue color a lot there. Driving the Merc. Oh, look at this! Here we go, Francisco.
Yes, Winkle gets out of the way for his teammate on newer softs. Yeah, that's completely understandable. And Francisco gotta give it up to him. You know, dead last at one point. Now he's back in the top 10. So good job.
Yeah, Francisco really, again, he's a really talented driver, and we're happy to see RWB, the new team in the SFR GT Challenge. They're represented in Division GTC2 rather, and GTC3, and this guy, along with Seawinkle, is going to be some guys to look out for, along with Cannoli. You're gonna have to watch out for these RWB guys. You know, coming into a new league with some new rules, they did really well in test events.
Yep.
And of course, Francisco did great at Brands Hatch. He just ran out a little too late, but still sitting really great in the standings right now as well. So we go down to the BDRT Big Red in 12th. Early Mac for Rockefeller on the hards now in the M6 in 13th, and Anubis on the mediums in 14th. Unfortunately, they were tied up with the incident and got most of the brunt damage on the accident with Francisco. But back at the front, we have Chio holding it down right now, and Ali in 2nd place, but Deathsight has not gotten off their tail.
Yep, it's, I don't know, about half a second gap between all cars, but Deathsight is still putting on the pressure, trying to force them into a mistake. So yeah, he's not yielding right now. He looks to be a little bit faster to me, but he cannot get the move done.
And look at how much compared to Chio here. So take a look at Chio's tire wear versus Ali GP's tire wear. So that might be why Ali is, you know, just losing out ever so slightly to his teammate. He's definitely got a worse tire wear, and he gets the rear loose there. I'll tell you what, that FT1 does look planted through these corners, and Deathsight has better tires than Ali at the moment. One thing Deathsight has to worry about is fuel, though.
Yeah, he's really low on fuel compared to the TPRT guys. You're totally right about that. So right now, oh, they're coming in. Yeah, but right now I feel like he's losing out because he doesn't have enough fuel.
There you go, 21 liters compared to 32.
Yeah,
and Cupcake looks the best at all. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
And Deathsight is taking fuel. I think that the TPRT guys just didn't take fuel. So
yeah, they are gone and no fuel taken.
Yeah, that's a massive gap. That's a massive gap at the moment.
And
Deathsight is finally out.
Actually, Cupcake had more fuel, and he took the hards and he jumped Deathsight in the pits. Deathsight taking a lot of fuel. Now that promotes One Wing to 4th place. He's gonna be hunting down Cupcake on the hards right now, as Deathsight on the hards with a full tank, so he's gonna be good to the end.
Yeah, I think that by the end of Cupcake's stint, he's probably gonna only want it to last 5 laps, because you want to get rid of the slowest race tires as soon as possible. So I think that before his stint ends, I think that One Wing is already gonna be right up his gearbox, or maybe even past him. So good job by the Rockefeller racing driver at the moment.
Yeah, and now we're on board with J-Rod, and Amuler still has not taken the mandatory compound yet, and J-Rod's on fresh softs. He's looking to get by him any way he can, and this is a tough area here. He might have to wait for the straight.
He blocks him up. Yeah, he defends, and yeah, just be patient. There's one more corner to go for the straights, as now he doesn't even have to wait for the straight.
Amuler ran wide.
And MD follows through, as Amuler has had enough of those soft tires, I guess, and he's into the pits. He should be using the mandatory tires sometime soon, so let's see if he does it right now. He comes out on the medium, so First mandatory tire he gets rid of.
And he gets jumped by Cannoli there. So good job by Cannoli so far in this race. Again, it's got to be mentioned that he unfortunately got stuck on the grid. Red flags. It happens sometimes in e-racing and esports. And he's putting on a strong performance today in the Merc. So it looks pretty solid for Cannoli, who jumped Amuler now, and Cannoli's already got his compounds out of the way, but he's on some really worn softs, so he's going to have to get into the pit soon too. Again, Francisco now is really making a comeback here. He's got fuel, he's got his compounds out of the way, and he's going to be hunting down Amuler any second. Winkle is going to need to come in and pit, but a good thing for him is he has fuel. Big Red in the 911, same deal. He's doing pretty well. He just needs to come in and get some tires shortly. Anubis now on the mediums, who was a podium finisher last week, actually, at Brands Hatch, or 2 weeks ago, rather.
Yeah, at Majority, yeah.
Yeah, he had a really good run. But unfortunately, he was tied up in that accident, and that's, Rodrigo, we all know it. That's the way it goes sometimes. You get into an accident.
J-Rod has hit his teammate into turn 1. That's golden rule of motorsports broken by these guys. Depth side is completely off into the gravel, but yeah, the VDRT hitting each other, that's not what you want to see between teammates, never.
Unfortunately, we missed that. Was that another draft situation, do you think?
Yeah, he was on the draft down the straight into turn 1, and he missed his braking point completely, and yeah, off goes that side. But yeah.
Well, J-Rod is on softs, and Death Scythe is on hards. And look at this battle. MDez now really challenging. MDez up the inside.
Way, and no contact, leaves room, and they're still gonna be side by side. I think so, and J-Rod is gonna hold on through the banked corner. And yes, nice job, guys.
Very good racing good. Here.
Yep. Down in the lead, these TPRT guys are still working in perfect harmony, and Ali's pushing. He's put on two 118s in a row, 118.8 and 118.7, and he looks faster than his teammate. He looks strong, so.
And I'll tell you what, One Wing is now in the podium position as he just got around Cupcake, whose Cupcake is on the hards. One Wing went into the pits, or he didn't actually. We missed the overtake, but One Wing is on softs, and he overtook him into T1. A really nice move, and now that promotes One Wing into the podium position here, and One Wing is done with his tires, so we thought that might play a factor, and he was also on the podium last week as well, so it's nice to see some of these new drivers here, really battling hard, new to the league, One Wing, Anubis, like we mentioned, Cupcake from BDRT, so these guys are really putting on a show, and of course the two TPRT guys who are just on another level today in these supers right now. They are just working in perfect tandem. And they've unfortunately already lapped Early Mac, who again was in an accident, but
these TPRT guys have found their feet with their cars, and they've checked out. They've got a pretty massive lead. They can afford to have some fun, battle for a little bit, and make sure to leave space for each other, guys.
Yes.
But they are doing they are doing a brilliant job at the moment. I tip my hat to them.
Yes, this is actually a really, really great piece of teamwork here, and BDRT was on the similar cycle here. They got split up by traffic a little bit, but so did TPRT, and they managed to make it work by getting the overtakes when they had to stay in tandem with each other. So that's a really great job today from these guys in the TPRT Supras. So far so good. We're just over halfway through, so you don't want to get too cocky. You can never say never, but as long as they keep it on the track, they should be good. Because if you look at One Wing, he's going to be about at least 10 seconds away, and he's going to need fuel too. but you could just see that gap that he's pulling on Cupcake right now, who's on the hards. He's a good 3 seconds ahead of Cupcake, so those softs really paying off for One Wing and really paid off early getting the mandatory compounds out of the way. Now look at this, MDez and J-Rod as Death Scythe gets rid of his hards, but MDez and J-Rod here, little contact into T1.
Yeah, but look at the exit MDez is getting. He's gonna shape him up for turn 3, and he puts on the power. Will he go to the inside for the hairpin? And no, he's way too far up at the moment.
Let's stay on board with MDez and see what he can get done on J-Rod here. This is where the Porsche is going to have some advantage through these tight, nimble corners here, but the Vet might have that grunt with that big V8 motor down the straight here. And you can see that working as well. See how MDez handles this tricky uphill right-hander. Yeah,
right,
nice job.
For 12th place, Big Ray tries to make a move on a new beef. Down the inside into turn 1.
Oh, and we got a big spin by Amular. Oh, Amular.
Oh yeah, Amular down the hill himself. That's a pretty... That section of the track is usually flat out pretty unusual place to go up, but I'd like to see what happened, but we'll have to wait for, post-race replays or whatever, but yeah, that's unfortunate for him. That's a mistake, but yeah, he's back on the track.
I think I got a glimpse of it, and I think I saw on the radar him going he just ran wide. He just ran wide into that turn, and he was coming out, and he just went wide. So that's a bit unfortunate for Amular on the mediums too. So you know, keep in mind Amular still has to do the hards, and Francisco getting out on the racing hards now in front of Amular. So tip your hat to Francisco. He's in the top 10. He's on the racing hards right now as Amular is on the mediums. And Francisco, he might actually have a chance to actually catch his teammate Joey Canoli. So we'll see. But right now, RWB holding down an 8th, 9th position right now inside the top 10. Death Scythe went back in the pits and is in 7th place right now, and Cupcake is ahead of him in 6th place, and Cupcake has fuel. Death Scythe has a lot more fuel, but he'll need it in the FT1, and these guys have done their compounds now, so that's good to see for BDRT. They're going to definitely try and get into the podium position if they can. But the battle is really raging on here between J-Rod and MDez, but right now MDez looks to be losing that because of the fact that J-Rod has fresher tires. So
yeah, and MDez has a lot left field at the moment, so he isn't really looking to have an advantage at the moment.
How far off is J-Rod to One Wing? One Wing's gonna have to come in.
One Wing, pretty lonely. It's like about, I'll say 12, 13 seconds. It's a big gap at the moment, but yeah,
it might be interesting though, because J-Rod does have more fuel, and he's not going to come in this lap, so he's got a few more laps left on the soft, as One Wing might come in this lap. TPRT, both, look at that, 4% and 5%. I mean, pretty much just on point. Using the same amount of fuel.
And Chia comes out for Ali. He's put on more fuel, so yep. And they are both back out on the softs, of course.
Oh, look at that! One wing jump to Ali.
Yeah, but
Ali's got much more fuel. Yeah. Okay.
And MDez comes in, following the strategy of his teammate, and he is putting on the fuel. So this is gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. He has less fuel than J-Rod yet, but he's gonna have the pressure tires, so he might be able to gain some time and try an undercut.
Yeah, he didn't come that far out either behind them, so it's going to definitely be interesting to see what happens here. And now it's only going to be a matter of time. You would figure that One Wing would pit this lap. Oh, getting sideways coming up the uphill. It's not not very hard to do when you are on some older tires and you're coming through this elevation section. It's very tricky. Very quick track, but very tricky track at the same time.
Indeed, and these guys are hanging on well and not making much mistakes, you know, and yeah, pretty cool to see, pretty fun to see.
There he goes. So one wing is in. Let's see what he
one
does.
Wing is in.
We know he's going to take the softs, but he's going to need fuel. Let's see where he comes out as opposed to some of the BDRT drivers.
J-Rod needs a lot less fuel to put on that one wing, so that's going to be interesting. He's going to jump him right now, of course, but J-Rod is one pit stop down, so when he comes in, we'll see how they come out with the real gaps and the real positions.
Yeah, J-Rod just headed in at a T1, so J-Rod back in the podium position here. But it just, TPRT, Chio and Ali are just, they're just on another level. Ali has plenty enough fuel for the end, so what he lost in the pits to Chio, he will make up on the next stop with fuel, because he will have the fuel and Chio will not, so they should probably come back out 1-2 once again.
For sure, but if you ask me, I would have tried to match my teammate's strategy, because right now he has a heavier car, he's going to be a bit slower, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it up, but we'll see, you know, maybe he hasn't said his final word on this last lap of the race, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, if you take a look at the leaderboard, right at the lap board right now, to the right-hand side of your screen, you see Chio on lap 21, who was in the lead from Ali, has ran a 1:18.670. Now, this is GTC3, so I just want people at home to understand that these drivers are not slow by any means, and that is on par with some of what the GTC1 drivers have done. So, competitive league this season in all three divisions, so we have to keep that in mind and give props to these guys, because I'll tell you what, it's more, you know, Rodrigo, it's more of a where does everybody, it was more of a where could we fit everybody that's pretty much you know, you have your other GTC1 World Tour drivers that are there, and you know, we've all been saying it, you know, through the Discord chats, and you know, it's like an extension from one division to the next division to the next division is basically like an extension of the divisions. They could kind of overlap in speed, and you could take somebody from Division 2, toss them into GTC1, and they're gonna do pretty good here. So it's a very tight and competitive season this year. Now here comes J-Rod into the pits. One wing is going to indeed jump him.
Yeah, he's probably gonna put another set of softs, and I think he'll try and put on the fuel to go till the end, you know, not long to go from home. 40 laps to go, he goes back out.
And MD's got him.
Yep, MD's is ahead at the moment, but then again, I think MD's is one pit stop down at the moment, but we'll see what he can do about it.
Yes, but J-Rod is going to have to pit again as well, so MDez has less fuel, and it looks like MDez is 2 laps in, starting his 3rd lap on his softs when J-Rod is on his... For these guys, it's going to be a battle between J-Rod and MDez, I can tell you that right now. That's going to definitely be happening. But look at this, great job by Cupcake, taking 4th position here right now, and Death Scythe has caught up to him. Death Scythe is on older tires but has much more fuel, so it's going to be a battle between the BDRT drivers here for 4th and 5th place, and working on a podium, as One Wing here is lapping his teammate. Let's see what happens here. He's got 2 teammates ahead of him. Will they get out of his way? One Wing doesn't really have too much to worry about in front of him or behind him, but you don't want to get held up by your own teammates here.
Yep, right now early Mac should be getting out of the way, but doesn't look like it. He's probably gonna get a warning for ignore. Now he gets off the racing line and slows down. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, it took him a bit longer than I would have liked if I was one wing, but that's good. In the end, he obeys blue flags like you should.
And again, it happened to Amuler last race, and we do know that he said it on the post-race Discord. When you get into an accident, especially when it's not your fault, which is the case for really Francisco, it wasn't his fault. I mean, the car just got loose, the Audi, and he hit the barriers. And just like in real life racing, when the car goes off and there's trouble, everybody gets caught up in the calamity. So when that happened to Mac, it happened to Anubis, who's about to get lapped again here, Francisco, and one or two other drivers that were involved in that. It just throws you off your game, and your mind is basically cooked for the race. So you got to hang in there, and luckily there's 2 drop rounds, so they could definitely use this as one of the drop rounds. It just goes to show you that every race is so different, as we know that Anubis, who's going to be lapped right now by his teammate, had the pace and podium last race at Brands, but unfortunately is having trouble here today due to that accident, so as well as Mac. But as we get back to the BDRT guys, they are now working in tandem here in 4th and 5th place with Death Scythe and Cupcake, and not far behind them is Mdez, who is indeed in front of J-Rod here, but J-Rod is on fresher tires and he has more fuel. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. All the way from 4th to 7th is going to be a real crapshoot here. And then you actually have... I'm sorry, in 8th you have Joey Cannoli, and in 9th you have Francisco. So the 2 RWB guys, a great recovery drive by Francisco, and Winkle is not too far behind him either. So great top 10 for these guys at the moment right now, as Big Red goes off the track and spins.
He's rejoining right now, and I don't know why he went back to the outside. I think he was anticipating some cars coming as he gets out of the way of the leaders. I think that's Chio. No, that's actually Ali. And looks like he's had a rough excursion off the track right there. But thankfully for him, he is pretty far ahead of Emura right now, who's in 12th place. So he can hang on in there quite comfortably.
J-Rod gets around Mdez here.
Alright, J-Rod on the newer hards, probably gonna have to do one more stop, but so does M-Day, so, and he has a lot less fuel, so it's looking pretty good for J-Rod at the moment.
It is.
Hang on to 4th. Oh no, but here comes M-Day. Back at him. No, he thinks better of it.
That was a great exit by Mdez on the uphill. Will Mdez go one more lap?
J-Rod didn't even get that loose, it was just Mdez getting a good exit. But I think he's gonna come into the pits right now. No, he's gonna go stick it out there for one more lap. So
yeah, I think that's the right call. I think that's the right call by Mdez. Stay in his draft. His softs aren't too bad. He's got enough fuel to make it one more lap. So it's gonna be very interesting, because Mdez is going for the 8s on the softs, so obviously that's T. Rod's going to be put in an odd position here, Rodrigo, because he's got... If he stays on them, he'd be doing 10 laps on the softs. So as Chio comes in and Ali's going to follow him in, let's see how they make out here. Ali has a lot more fuel, but he just entered, so that means that Mdez is coming in as well.
Maybe he can exit close to his teammate, and not really. It's about a 3 seconds gap, and Chio now has more fuel than Ali. And
Yes.
I think that they'll be going till the end. So
Oh,
good for them.
yeah, they're definitely going to the end now. Where does One Wing sit in comparison? One Wing has one more lap, and you know there's Mdez that did enter there, so he will get jumped by the BDRT drivers as well. But One Wing must have been battling with Amular. Now Amular got lapped, but then unlapped himself, and now puts One Wing behind them. So One Wing needs to just settle down. Don't worry about the lap car. You're in the podium position. You know you're pitting this lap, and you'll get some clean air off of those older tires. But now that puts J-Rod in 4th position here pretty comfortably, but the BDRT drivers have to get away, and the Rockefeller Racer Early Mac, he does yield. Really good job to see, because he knows there's tight racing going on. So both BDRT drivers now, you got Death Scythe and Cupcake here, both are good to the end. So it's going to come down to, can Mdez do something here at the end against J-Rod?
One Wing is in for his final stop. He's gonna have to take a bit of fuel, so I think J-Rod doesn't have to pit anymore by the looks of his tire, so maybe he's gonna be close to One Wing. Goes a bit of the track through the final corner, but he's gonna have to get out ahead. If not, he's got no chance. And nope. One Wing is, really far enough ahead, and he laps another Rockefeller racing car. That's a new bit, but not much doing against One Wing, as I think he sees the podium slip away right now.
But this is going to be hard for this now. This now is going to be hard for Cupcake and Death Scythe to actually get around Anubis here, and they want to actually start railing J-Rod in. This is very interesting. I don't know what J-Rod is going to do here, because if he stays out, like I said, that's going to be 10 laps he's going to have to run on the softs. It's possible, but knowing from experience, it's going to be hard to make those tires last a full 10 laps, and he is not far off of One Wing right now, but One Wing is on fresh tires, so One Wing is going to the end, and he's going to run 8s. So if J-Rod wants to fight for a podium, it's going to be pretty hard, but not out of the question. But more importantly, if he wants to keep his positioning, he's going to have to pit, because if not, you're going to have Cupcake and Death Scythe overtake him at some point, and then Mdez is on fresh softs to the end here in 7th place. So I mean, I still wouldn't count him out.
And this is really interesting. Death Scythe has bump drafted K-Cup, so he isn't really battling him. He's working together with his teammate, of course, to actually try and catch another teammate in J-Rod. So I think these guys can get back up to 4th, because they have much fresher tires than their teammate right now. So this is good from them.
They do. I think J-Rod's going to actually go in. If he wants to salvage a top 5 finish here, even 6, and really he was on a different strategy. It looks like Cupcake and Death Scythe have been on the same strategy all day and has worked to their benefit. But J-Rod got out to that early lead. Remember, he started on softs. He got out to that early lead and was leading this race for a while. But unfortunately for him, he has to really watch out now, because he has his 2 teammates to worry about, and he has Mdez to worry about. So it's going to be a battle to the end, as you see. Death Scythe and
J-Rod
Cupcake
stays out another lap, so there really isn't much to go. There's 5 laps to go at the moment, so I don't know if it's really worth it to come in right now. It's risky, but he has a bit of a gap, and we'll see how that plays out.
If he could make him last, I'd be throwing that brake balance to the rear all the way in this Corvette, and get the weight off the front tires on the braking, and I would probably stay out if I were J-Rod. But it's a risky call. It really is risky either way you go about it. while we have a second here, let's go through. Mdez is not far behind. He's on new soft. So if J-Rod does pit, he's going to have Mdez on his tail, but he would be on fresher tires. See, that's something that he has to consider. And look at this, RWB Francisco, very good job, man. Hats off to you. You got into an accident earlier, were dead last, and now you made your way up to 8th place. Solid run from you in the R8. We know he's going to be very strong next round at Spa. I would bet on that. RWB Joey Cannoli, his teammate, in 9th place, holding down a solid finish here so far. If he can keep everything going on fresh softs. This is his first race of the season. Really great job from him. Loving that blue color. It's a really nice blue for red, white, and blue racing. Then you have RWBC Winkle in 10th place. He's also doing another great job. So another top 10 finish here. And if he could hold on, he'll be in good shape. Big Red in 11th. So Big Red wound up jumping Amular. Great job by Big Red. He'll look to be getting into the top 10 before this is all said and done. And bring T. Solid job for Big Red though. Amular again, back-to-back races. He did spin off at that one point. We saw him go off, but I think with Amular, it's just been. I think he's been starting on the softs, no matter what position on the grid he's on, and that might be something he needs to reconsider moving forward. Mid-engine cars are very strong at Spa. The NSX should do pretty well there, so we'll expect...
Wait, sorry, just to cut in there. J-Rod has made a huge mistake. He's understeered with his worn tires and he's gone off, so he's pretty much given out the position to his teammates. No points lost on the team's championship for BDRT because they hold the same positions, but that's a big mistake on the individual championship for J-Rod as he's signing off. He's just coming.
Yep, and you know what? I just caught the end of that because we were going through and I saw Anubis. Was that due to a back marker, or did that happen on its own where J-Rod just went off?
No. He ran wide on his own, understeered through the bank.
Oh, and here comes Mdez. Mdez gets around him.
He goes to the outside.
Wow, he had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to go. Wow,
yep,
this is good.
He had more room on the inside, but he took the outside and a bit of grass, but he's got the move done.
This is something else here now. We have 2 laps left.
Yeah, 2 laps left without counting this one, so 2.5. But he can. I think that he's got to hold on for dear life right now. You know, he's got more worn out softs, but he's got track position. This is really important. So
very important. Now let's just take a look. We have Death Scythe and
4th place.
Yep, Death Scythe and Cupcake basically just playing the team game here. 1 wing running away, and of course you have the 2 TPRT drivers. So this is very. I don't think Death Scythe is going to do anything here with Cupcake.
I'm not too sure about that. He's been trying to show him the car, trying to go for some moves, and here we go. He's on the slipstream. And is he gonna go for it? No, he's lifting off. All right, he's not attacking his teammate.
Yes, this might be some team orders here, but you don't ever know. You really want to get those extra points for yourself. But as a team, it's always nice to help your teammate out. But when it comes to racing, hey, last lap, you might want to try and make a move. We'll see what Death Scythe does here, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
but this is where we're at here, and J-Rod he gets around Mdez.
Nice job. So he's locked himself into 6th place. That's it for him today. I think there's no more he can do. But something has happened to Death Scythe. He's really slowed down. Don't know what that's all about. But maybe he's like letting his teammate get some breathing room, you know. And yeah, maybe he's been told to do that by his team. But yeah, he's gonna be in 5th in the end apparently.
Solid 5th place though. Death Scythe started 2nd on the grid, but keep in mind he was punted off by his teammate in T1. Remember that, as you called that, Rod. So
indeed,
that definitely hurt Death Scythe there for sure. And maybe he does have fuel. I was thinking, yeah, maybe he just let off and let Cupcake go. We're on the final lap here. Let's give it up for TPR and Chio as his nickname. I was told they yelled at me. I was calling him the wrong name.
Yeah.
So, but
Gio
Chio,
right now.
great job.
I gotta tip my hat to him because he's won it by a country mile, and so like for his teammate too, because he's worked together with him. He's played a big part on the team result out here. You know, it's a 1 and 2, so great to see. You know, people don't like to see a certain team or driver dominating, but it was brilliant to watch, and I think it's really well deserved. So let's give it up to these guys for
Absolutely.
the 1 and 2 finish.
And Ali too. And now you have one wing that's going to take his second podium in a row.
Yeah, he from 11th or 12th on the grid. Nice job. He has a pretty comfortable lap because of the GTC, and
very good job. And there you go. Cupcake is going to take 4th. Very nice finishing position for BDRT, and especially for Cupcake. That's a great job there. That Scythe will take a solid 5th. He did back off a little bit. And J-Rod, despite the mistake, with a great battle with MDez from TPRT, J-Rod will take 6th. MDez takes 7th. Francisco with a really good recovery drive. He's going to take 8th in the Audi R8. Joey Canoli in his first race, I believe he was a little bit tied up in that incident with Francisco in the beginning, so really great job by him in his first race, taking home a nice top 10 solid finish.
Yeah, that's good job.
And all 3 RWB drivers actually, and unfortunately, Big Red, Amular, and Anubis and Mac, they just couldn't recover from that incident there in the beginning. So that's always a problem when you try and recover from that incident. But hey, they did a great job. Everybody did a great job here tonight. And you gotta tip your hat, Rodrigo, to the TPRT, BDRT. They looked dominant today, and so did One Wing. Really good job. I feel the other drivers will obviously make up some time, and I think they all can contend for some solid finishes this season, but they're gonna have their hands full with the Supra, the teammates at TPRT, I believe. But before I hand it over to you, Rod, it is worth mentioning that there has been a BOP change, and certain GR3 cars have gotten power, gotten weight, gotten less weight. So drivers cannot change their cars until round 4 through 9, and they only get to do it one time. So if they do decide to change, it's going to be, that's it, you're locked in for the season, and if another BOP comes from Gran Turismo, then they'll be locked in. But your thoughts?
Well, I think TPRT right now, they are at the top of their game, but the other teams are gonna have to step it up. It's a long season ahead, so it's only round 2. But right now, these guys, I gotta give it up to them again because they won by an outrageous margin. So good job from them.
Yeah, that was a great job. Great teamwork. Actually, all 3 of them were. You know, MDesh started a little further back on the grid. Driver of the race, I would have to give it to One Wing, actually, from coming from 10th to a podium, 2nd podium in a row. That was great, but the performance tonight from TPRT, 1-2 from Chio and Ali was just unbelievable. And you can't count out MDez either. A really strong performance. They were on the same strategy all race. They knew what each other was doing. Great team orders. And BDRT too, you had J-Rod there. If he didn't go off, you know, that's something that we have to consider too. If he didn't go off, he actually might have stayed out on track and probably could have held off his own teammates for a 4th position, but we'll never know.
Yeah, but I mean, they played a team game in the end. They still pick up the constructors championship points, so yeah, that's good. Still, they picked up the point.
Yeah, very good indeed. So we will be back. The stream is obviously it's Friday night, so we hope that you're enjoying you enjoyed the stream wherever you are on a Friday night. Most people are home now. We just like to say to everybody out there, thank you for watching us. Stay safe, and we'll be back on Thursdays to do the GTC3 streams. Coming up this week is Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time will be GTC1 at Spa, one of our favorite tracks and most people's favorite track, iconic track. But yeah, we'll be at Spa this Sunday for GTC1 at 8 p.m. and then the following week will be GTC2, broadcasted by Demo One Garage, and me and Rodrigo will be back next Thursday to do the GTC3 stream. It should be premiering sometime around, between 5 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll have to come up with a set schedule, but we will let you all know out there. So we appreciate you watching. Congratulations to all the drivers, and really great performance. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yep, same here. We'll see how it plays out, but for now, that's it. But it's been a blast, like always. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Catch, for having me. Brilliant to commentate on this, like always. And yeah, this is not what we usually do, as I say, commentary, but we try our best, and I hope that we put on a show for you guys.
Yes, I hope they all enjoy us and can tolerate our voices, Rod. But thank you so much for being with us. Big help. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a call from Jimmy Broadband, possibly.
Jimmy Broadband. Yeah, maybe we'll go to the World Tours and do the commentary. Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, hey, you represent Peru, I represent USA, and we'll throw a little Italian, a little Portuguese, and Spanish in there. We'll have our own language going there.
Yep, easy. Huh?
All right, that's it for us, everybody. Thank you again, and we will see you next week.